defecated on my work to try and shine light and to let others know that you can do it too.
Yes, you can do it
by telling me I've been doing this work since I was a child, and things are different now economically. These budgets, these people want you to show up. Sometimes you have to take a job for ultra low budget SAG. Sometimes you don't even get paid. People don't even understand the payment is deferred when you're doing these movies. People look at you in a movie and think, oh, they've been on a fishing expedition for money for almost 7 years now.
And here's something too, with this child
more than 7 years. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, with this child support system, they're so busy in the man's pocket, they don't look at what is the mother doing, or the father's pocket. What is the mother doing to contribute to that child? Are they even matching the husband?
Welfare fraud. Welfare fraud. What was the mother doing?
Well, in some cases, but in some cases, they're not doing anything. They don't make a mother match the same money. They don't make, some women don't do anything except collect child support. So that's another violation of equal protections. You're not even making the mother do anything. They don't have to produce any documents. They don't have to show that they make X amount of dollars or work. If you don't have a job, they make you go to find a job. In some states, I think it might be in all states, you have to fill out paperwork to show that you've been job hunting for 40 hours a week, or they'll lock you up.
Well, that was my point. That's what they just recently told me. And this came from my own attorney. He said that I should go and look for a job at McDonald's.
Well, funny you should say that, because I don't know what McDonald's is paying now, but as of November of 2022, they are or January 29th, 2022, they are claiming that you owe the state of Michigan $77,788.42. So how does your lawyer expect you to pay that off working at McDonald's? How many years would you have to work there, die, come back, work there, die, and come back?
I think it would be the same. I think it would be the same as if I was to pay $100 a month, which they told me is unacceptable.
Well, they have to, and this is every jurisdiction, they have to give you a hearing to determine your ability to pay before they can do anything further. Hold you in contempt, do anything.
Well, I mean, they were trying to converge and trying to serve this warrant and trying to do it. And I think that they understand now that the case is a little bit more high profile than they intended for it to be. And that's what I was saying by what I meant by them defecating on, my intention to continue to be an inspiration to others, and to other fathers and just to people in general. But there's a hearing on May 8th. So I think that that they've done their research now. And so May 8th, I think that that's what they're trying to figure out. If at all that I'm capable of paying this ridiculous amount of money that was imputed. It was never based on what I was making. I mean, and if you're looking for money from Family Matters, that money was spent years ago. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess, maybe she should have picked a football player, I mean, maybe that would have helped the judge's retirement, basketball player, because, I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's what happens when you have a baby based on how much you're going to get out of having that baby. People don't even have kids anymore based on, I want to have a family or I want a baby because I want to love them. It's how much money, not everybody, but a lot of women have babies based on how much they're going to get monthly in child support. It's become a business, and the government profits just as much.
And look, I'm not, like I said, I'm not shading anybody, as they say, or dogging anybody, or, I feel like we all people, and it takes every kind of people, and we need each other. But I mean, when you're living in Michigan, I mean, $1,000 a month spends a lot different than when you living in Los Angeles, California.
Correct.
So
yes.
in these places, Arkansas, Michigan, Mississippi, these places that they have created an industry, by terrorizing these men, that money spends a lot different. And then it's sad because the interest, it compounds, and it turns into something else. And the next thing you know, you're looking at a mountain because of a molehill.
That brings up what's his name? One of the Kardashians' baby's dad. I can't think of his name, but he had a baby by some chick, and she moved from Houston to California just so she could get a higher child support amount when she filed. Because she knew Houston, the cost of living is not what it is in LA. So that's the plotting that's going on. So any fellas, if you out here listening, that is it's a hustle. But the Turner versus Rogers case, what these states are supposed to do before they charge anybody with civil contempt, and that has to happen before they go to a criminal contempt case. One of them is the critical incarceration related question at the contempt hearing is whether the supporting parent is able to comply with the child support order. If a parent isn't working because they're disabled or because they got fired or whatever, they can't go ahead and charge them with contempt if they can't comply with the order with no fault of theirs. The number two, the respondent must have an opportunity to respond to questions about their financial status during the hearing. If you're not even notified that there's a hearing, which Michigan is known for dirty process serving, I know for a fact that there have been false signings saying defendants have received the summons, and they have. There's been have tossed them, saying that the people have received them and they're throwing them in the trash.
In Michigan, I don't know, but it seems like their whole mission is to show me how Michigan does it in Michigan.
Yeah. In Oakland County, you are the third high profile, I'll say, case involving a Black man and a non-Black woman, I'll say, if I can be permitted. And
absolutely
being treated the way that how you're describing being treated like this and having their rights violated so egregiously. So I don't know what's up with Oakland County, but I think the feds need to go in there.
I just feel like, then some people say, well, that's his fault. He shouldn't have been messing with nobody that wasn't a sister. Well, for your information, my daughter Zoe, her mother is a sister. Okay. And I've seen quite a few Black men because I've watched these cases in Oakland County. I've seen them derailed and destroyed by sisters.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's not a color thing. It's a system thing, and this system is not. We do show up, even if we have a bit of prominence, even if we do have a bit of influence. They're there in those rural areas, and I'm gonna call it that because that's the way that the antiquated system performs. It performs like it's a rural area. Right. It performs in a primitive manner. Where are we? What is this? Is this the Stone Age? It's worse than anything that any of these women who are bra-burning radical feminists could ever experience. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you have to look at it this way. If just to turn the tables, imagine what you're going through and what hundreds of thousands of fathers are going through, and put women as the majority. Just put women in us in your place. It would never happen. Just tell a mother, you can't see your child. You have to go through A, B, and C to even talk to your child. You have to pay 70% of your income that you worked hard for. You got to move out of your house. You got all the rules that men have to go by. Say that to women, especially a feminist, and see how long that shit rides. There's so much more to talk about. So would you mind sitting down with me after your hearing on May 6th?
May 8th.
May 8th, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely, NK. It'll be my pleasure. Yeah.
I definitely want to keep myself and everybody posted, because now that we've sat down and talked and candidly said what's going on, people can maybe pay more attention to this epidemic, which is the child support system, robbing parents of their freedom, their money, their children, and everything in between.
Oh yeah, it's sad. I mean, even down to the point where they take these men's license. If you can't drive, how are you going to get to work?
Right.
You take your passport. If you can't, there's work outside of the country that I can't even get to, you know. And it's really despicable. You know, I had a passport for years, and I don't know. But yeah, let's sit down and let's talk.
Any enforcement, whether it's your license suspended, your passport, they have to notify you before they do anything. If they
I got no notification.
License,
no. Michigan, Oakland County has railroaded me. And I don't even know how I keep a smile on my face some days, you know, and then, other situations that have chimed in that we'll talk about another day.
Okay. And if you're watching this and you're having thoughts of hurting yourself or others, please reach out and get some help. There's an 800 number. I don't have it on me right now, but please reach out and get some help. Okay. Thank you, D.
Yeah. Thank you, NK.
Hopefully we'll hook up when I get back to the States and you get back and we'll have some lunch or something.
I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on
right.
You. Maybe we'll take it to the steps of Oakland County.
Oh, hey, all you gotta do is let me know the date. You know, I'm riding with you all the way.
All right, let's do something.
Okay. Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. All right, sis. Peace.